What up? How's everybody doing? We're going to be getting started soon in a bit. Man, it's Wednesday already. All right, let's see. So, as you guys see from the title, we're going to be doing some airbrushing. I know I've talked about it before, it being a little stressful the last time I did it. And lately I've been thinking about it a lot. You know, currently right now I have 3 cameras connected. Let me go ahead and show you the other angle right here. This one is showcasing the spray booth right there. So this is as close as we're going to get for you guys to see. Let me move this real quick over here. And here is the subject right there, the Plymouth Barracuda. This is, I guess, as close as I'm going to be, you know, having it right there. Right now, the camera's moving a little. I'm kind of making contact with it. But what's going to end up happening is once I switch to that camera right here in the booth, I'm going to just be doing my thing. I'm not going to be talking. I'm not going to be wearing the headphones or looking at the chat room. I'll jump into that later, like after I'm done. So what I'm going to primarily do is airbrush the whole body black using the House of Color Jet Black. That's right here that I poured into this Tamiya jar right here. 23 milliliters. I don't really plan to use the whole thing, but you never know. If I do, and if I need more, I still have some more I can mix or reduce down pretty much and use. So this is going to be going on that there, the body. And then there's also other parts that are back here on this side over here that need to be painted that I'll be bringing out right there as I'm continuing on. Once everything is completely black, I'm going to hang out and just kind of wait. I'm going to wait maybe like 10 minutes or so, you know. I'll probably come back. That's when I'll check the chat, hang out for like 10 minutes. And then after that, I'm going to get ready to spray this limited edition color, the Violac right here. I don't know how well it kind of shows it. Oh, there we go. On the camera there. Oh, it got a little bright. It almost looks like a candy color right here. But there's definitely is like some pigment in there. Possibly pearls or some of their new effects from the Shimmer line right there. So that will be the next color that I would be adding to all this here. Once that is done, then I'm just gonna pretty much just chill, put that away, and I'll be using my Iwata HPCS airbrush to spray out the body. So, you know, this way I have more control getting into all these small little areas before I start exploring over the whole body. If I get to a point where I make a quick decision, like, you know what, I feel like I need to use a different airbrush to get better coverage, get things more uniformed, then I will use this as my backup right here. The HPTH right here. This one has more of a fan tip. I'm going to run some lacquer thinner through here on both, just so you guys could see the lacquer thinner spraying out there. Hopefully, you know, like in the background. Obviously nothing here, but I'll be going out that way. What's up, Juan? How you doing, man? Thank you for joining right here. You know, I was just kind of chilling, you know, a little bit ago, and I was kind of sorting out my things, and I was thinking about, man, okay, it's Wednesday. I got time. What's up, Dave? How you doing, man? I was like, I got some time. You know, what do I got to do in order to be productive this week, you know? And the Plymouth Barracuda, it's something that it has been on my mind. Like, you know, I got to get on that, at least start advancing on painting it. You know, the kit does not have a lot of parts. It's not complex, nothing crazy, really basic, you know, something like super fun. And even like the paint job, you know, I also want to keep it kind of simple because it's just like a quick build. So Yesterday we did the podcast with Mercado. That was a whole lot of fun right there. And then the day before that, we did the magazine preview as well. Had a blast doing that. So I was like, you know what? I got to continue it on. I got some time right now, a lot of time on my hand. I was like, I better, set something up right here. So right now is the time for me to take advantage of the time that I have and go ahead and start spraying out, the base on the car and follow it up with the paint. Once the paint's on there, then I'm going to wait because there's a couple of water slide decals that I do plan to add to the body. And I kind of want to wait a while till the paint gasses out. I mean, it gasses out pretty quick. You could still continue on. I could even clear it if I wanted to later in the night, but that's not the plan. The plan is just to lay out the base color, lay out the like the black and then the violet, and that's it. And maybe tomorrow I'll add the water slide decals, and then once they're on, once I feel like, all right, cool, I'm digging the look, then I'm gonna go ahead. But also, let's say something happens, like right now, like I spray out the black on the body and I notice it's a little rough or it looks kind of weird. I'll probably like stop it there. Like I'll complete the car for it to be in black and just let it dry out. But most likely what I would do tomorrow is most likely wet sand it just so I can knock off those little areas and then come back and respray it again in black before I laid down that violet, because I really wanted to lay down smooth and nice on there. You won't really be able to tell once you clear it, because the clear would most likely smoothen things out, but it's just a little extra I want to go on there right there. But let's see. Also yesterday I ended up getting some House of Color. They're not the chip books, but they're just like the color chips. My friend was out at Coast Airbrush over the weekend. He was taking the Lumalore class that Dave was talking about when I had him on the podcast. So Dave, we did the podcast on Tuesday, and then that weekend, that was when the class. So my friend from Oxnard, he had booked the session. He went out there and he took the class. And after the class, during that time, he had asked me, hey, if you need anything, let me know. So I was like, look, I do plan on ordering some stuff from Coast, but right now I really don't need anything. I'll get it later. What I do interested in are the color chip cards, and check it out. So he got me this right here, the chameleon colors, and here we have this here. It's a trip because when you see this in person, or not in person, I would say like on the website or just, like a scan of it, it doesn't do it any justice. It's not until you get it and you start laying it out and you have, the sun or certain light reflect off of it that you start to see the shift in the colors right there. And also the effects that are in there. So this is one that he got. Later I'll do a video on this and all the ones that I have. And then he also got me this other one, the gem tones. These are some other colors right here as well that are pretty nice. And then this one here, this is regarding the company Ronin. These are pretty much urethane and enamel pinstripe paints right here. So they also have this, that's the brand right there, the color chart for this one. So I went ahead and I was like, dude, I want that. I don't have any Ronin, but I really like having this kind of stuff because a lot of these, they do paint them. They paint a bunch of them, then they cut them up and they have to set these up. So a lot of times these, you got to buy them. Like they're not free. Back then there was times that you would get some for free, but over the years, all this stuff costs money right here. So let's see. Oh, thanks, man. Thanks, Dave, for stopping in. If you miss out on anything, you could always check back on the live section. The video will be posted up on there, so you could see if there's anything that you missed out. I'm gonna be getting started in a little bit. I'm just kind of I was kind of setting up some of the things, just getting them ready, and now that we're getting close to that time, I'm like, all right, cool. So I got my glove. This is my black glove that I'll be wearing on my right hand. So pretty much I'll be rocking this one because this is going to be the hand that's going to be holding all the parts. So when I'm spraying with my airbrush, all the paint's going to be going towards this hand, and I don't want to get anything on my hand right here, just so it's easier cleanup when I take off and throw away the glove. I got my 3M mask right here as well that I'll be wearing as well. And what's up, Ben? The OJ glove, right? It's like I'm like this, like, hey, it don't fit. What a trip. But yeah, so I'll be rocking this right here, and you know, I'll just be throwing on the camera right here. Watch, let me show you guys again. Bam, that'll be the angle right there. So I'll be having two lights. Let me show you the light number one. Obviously it's already on. Here's the other one. That's the one inside of the booth. So if I turn this one off, right there. All right. So the thing about the lights is the inside booth one. I like that light when I'm clear coating. Whenever I'm clear coating, I'm like, hell yeah, I like that light because I get to see the clear for how it is, right? But whenever I'm painting colors, I hate that light because it doesn't give me like a true to what the color is gonna be. You know, it kind of like it fakes you or whatever. And when I turn on this light right here, more of a like a natural light, it gives me more the look of knowing to keep going or to stop, you know. So lately I've been rocking both of them like that. And this one here from this light that I'm going to turn off and turn back on, it overpowers the other one, especially when I'm just like looking down. So the sound you hear like that right now, that's most likely what you guys are going to be hearing as I'm spraying, because I'm not going to be talking. Let me see if I could turn down a little bit. Yeah, maybe I'll probably leave it like that. The turn down the dBs just a little bit. I don't want to overdo it, but let me go ahead and get set up right now, guys. I'm gonna take a sip real quick. All right, bam. Yeah, I already flipped my hat backwards since I'm gonna be wearing the mask right here. Let me throw on the glove. All right, bam. Yeah, I use the large size, but it's weird because sometimes it still gets a little loose, and I hate that. So I feel like I need to like pull and stretch this thing for it to fit. I like keeping the mask in a bag because if I just like leave it out, let's say overnight or whatever, just like this, everything is still working on here, so it's absorbing, you know, stuff or whatever. And then when I put it on, it's like now I'm breathing all this stuff in, you know. So I like keeping it in here with its own right here. Boom, it's chill, and it lasts me a long time. I only get to use it whenever I'm gonna spray. All right, so I'm gonna get ready and stuff, and then, you know, if you guys want to hang out, watch. If you step away, whatever, it's all good. But I'll be on for a little bit right now, just doing this. I'm just gonna take my time. I'm not gonna try to rush anything or whatever. All right, cool. right, let's see. Dang. All right, I'm back. Just took off the mask. Damn, it smells in here like paint. What's up? What's up? I ran out of black paint because I only had a little bit, so I'm gonna have to mix up some more paint right now. So I'll be back. Just if you guys want to chill a little bit, I'm gonna go ahead and grab that paint real quick. Yeah. All right. Let me give you guys a shout out real quick on the chat. Let's see. We got Freddie Soto. What's up, man? Let's see. Damn, I have to watch this from the start. And then, what's up? Oh, all right, oh man. Yeah, Leon, what's up, man? Just right here, dude. Gonna be painting. Here, let me move this way. What the hell? The camera's like, gotta fix the camera here, putting me in a weird angle. But yeah, so I have the custom RC lowriders. What's up, dude? So I have the House of Color solid black. Well, this is the jet black. It's a base. I need to reduce this down 101 with the medium reducer from House of Color, and I gotta fill up the bottle right here. And I don't know how I'm gonna do it because I can't even. It's it's dark, so I'm just gonna kind of play by ear right there and throw that in there. But yeah. Let's see. Ben, tech question: why paint vents and door handles first? Oh, okay. So since I'm using like two airbrushes, right? The one that's the one I use at the end, that's more like that pistol grip. It has a pretty wide fan, so when I'm spraying, it's giving a lot of coverage. And what ends up happening is that sometimes when you're going back and forth, you're shooting a lot of material that it does cover big portions of the car. But then again, when you go back, there's always the small little crevices that the paint doesn't go in there sometimes. And if you keep hitting it with the same airbrush over and over in those to cover up those areas, you're going to be kind of battering the other areas. They're going to be getting too much paint, which could cause, depending on the type of paint, there could be a reaction. Maybe the paint could drip. It just depends. This paint right here, it's not really like that. Like, you could spray it wet, but it dries like a matte finish. So very rarely do I ever see like House of Color drip, But the other airbrush I was using, the first one, when I started spraying like the vents and all the little areas, I have better control. The needle size is a lot smaller, and when I'm shooting in there, I'm already like pre-filling in the paint in there. But put it in there really light, like super light, right? So once you get in there, all those little spots are already filled in, right? So now when you come back around and you start spraying with your other airbrush, or even if it's the same airbrush, right? But just pulling the lever all the way back to get the maximum coverage on the spray out, then you start covering up the whole body, and you don't have to worry about those little spots anymore, So it's always good to get those in first. If you watch the scale modeling channel, he does that a lot with his builds, and there's other people that I've seen that they fill in all the little areas in the vehicle before they start hitting it overall with the airbrush. With the rattle can, it's a bit different. Normally when you get the rattle can and you shoot the vehicle, the object, it's gonna just spray out all one spray, and it's gonna get like everywhere, and sometimes that does get those areas right there, but sometimes it doesn't. So it's kind of tricky when it comes to cans, but with airbrush you have a lot more control you could just put a little bit of pigment inside those little areas, and then finally when it's time to shoot the vehicle complete, you'll get better coverage right there. So what's up, Bugs? What's up, man? Thank you for joining. So I'm gonna go ahead and get back in the booth real quick and start mixing the paint. I'm just gonna pour it out. You guys will be able to see that hopefully right there. I'm gonna look at the screen to make sure. Gotta throw on the mask again. get into a little area. God damn. All right. Whew. All right, I'm done. All right, guys. Dang. Mishap. I don't know if you guys caught that. There was a mishap. We'll talk about it right now. Let me just put this back in the bag. It smells like paint. When I'm wearing the mask, I can't smell it. Even though, a lot of times they say like shave your beard and don't have all that. Like I've already I put it kind of tight, when I size it up on there and stuff, just so nothing gets in. Cause back then, yeah, dude, you could still smell it and stuff. It kind of creeps in. But right now that I took it off, man, I could smell it, dude. It's strong right now. But you get used to it over time. But in the beginning, goddamn, you do get headaches. It's like, oh shoot, what's going on? Let me try to fix the camera right here. Why does it keep doing this? Let me see. Oh, because I kept moving this. Hang on. All right, cool. So if you guys have any questions, just drop them in the chat real quick. I might have to open one of the doors because, man, this smell is strong right here. It's not lacquer paint. It does not smell like lacquer paint. Like you can smell this stuff for sure. But let me go ahead and open that door real quick. I'll be back. Hang on. All right. Cool. Let's see. All right, I'm back. All right, so we got a question right here. Keith Baker, what's up, man? I'm using House of Color urethane paint. So it's pretty much automotive custom paint. And the base, not the base. The primer was Tamiya primer. So for the model car builds, I've always had great results using Tamiya primer, lacquer primer, cover up all that styrene. And then after that, once I start spraying House of Color paint, urethane paint, it bonds really well. And then after I clear it and everything, I've never had any kind of reaction, anything kind of crazy with that right there. I'll bring out this model car too that I put together back in like 2017. That was the first time I ever used House of Color. And I just recently pulled it out because I wanted to swap out the wheels, and I went ahead and did that. So I did post like a short on it and some photos on it, but I have it here. So I'll bring that out in a little bit so you guys can check it out. So I thin the House of Color with reducer, the same product from them. So they have their own. The thing is, they don't call it thinner; they call it reducer. So that was one of the things when I started to use urethane paint. I had to kind of learn some of the terminology and things. I mean, it's nothing crazy, but a lot of things I didn't understand. Like I would watch videos and they would say, "Oh, when you're gonna mix a candy, you need to have a binder, and then the binder needs to be reduced." And then you need to put the pigment in there and all this stuff. And I was just like, what are they talking about? But then I started to understand it over time. Like, oh, okay, this is what they mean. I started looking it up. But yeah, the thing with like 2K reducer, on these, they're not really labeled like that, like 2K. Even like the clear, like they have a clear called House of Color Show Clear. That's like the best clear out in the market for custom paint. You get nice high gloss. It's really good, like if you put it on real cars out there, for the UV lights and all that, right? I mean, we're doing model cars, we keep them in, but when we want to bust out these models at the shows, trust me, you could tell when you see a car that's been hit with House of Color clear compared to like any other car that's like, that's like a lacquer clear. Another one that's really good is like PPG. They do a really good clear, a urethane clear as well. But as far as the bottles, they don't label them like that. They don't like to say like too clear, 2K or 1K, they like to just call it show clear. They like to stand out and be different. And with the reducers, it's not just one reducer. There's they have like 3 or 4 different reducers, and they're all temperature reducers depending where you live. If it's hot, if it's cold, these are specific reducers that are made for that. And also, like, I'm in California here, so in California they're very strict on paint. So compared to other states that are not as strict, when you're mixing in large volumes and all this stuff, there's VOCs, there's all these different things, there's regulations on all that stuff. I know for us, we're, like I said, we're doing models. It's nothing crazy. Like we're using small little amounts of it, but they're very strict on urethane paints here in California. They try to push more, people to like use water-based kind of stuff. But yeah, the RU311, that's the one I use right there. That custom RC Loiters mentioned. That's the medium temp. When I was living in Ventura County, weathers were always at least like 70 degrees out there. Where I'm at right now, it's always like in the 80s to 90s, sometimes even more. But I still keep rocking the medium, and I'm fine with it. But I have been considering of also getting the one that's even for hotter temperatures out here. So this way it all works out. But yeah, a lot of the times, what it is like if you're in an area where it's really hot, and you're gonna be spraying this stuff out, and you don't want it to dry right away because of the heat, then you start using the correct reducer to those temperatures right there. So this way everything flows out and it doesn't dry up too quick. And also, like, if you're in a cold temperature, an area where it's very cold, and you start using a reducer that is going to help your paint dry faster as opposed to going slower because of the temperature, then you got to go for that right there. So there's a lot of things out there, regarding House of Color. You go on their website, you could download their tech sheets. You can go on Coast Airbrush. You know what? Let's do it right now. Watch. Let me pull up this. I was playing with this. Oh wait, do I have it here? Hold on. Let me open up my internet browser. Oh yeah, I gotta pull this up first. Hang on. We'll go on Coast Airbrush's page right here, their website. Let me see how I'm gonna do this. Let me turn this off right here. Bam. All right, cool. All right, let me see how this. Oh, here, I gotta bring this back. Hold on. See how this is gonna work. Let me see if it worked. It worked last time. Wait, is it there? Boom. No, I don't see it. Wait. Microsoft. Oh, come on. It's not doing it. Oop, what the heck? What happened last time? Last time I did it, I was able to share my my screen on here. Whatever I was looking at. Maybe I gotta pull it up. Wait, let me see. Let me minimize it. Is it up now? No, nothing. Oh, there it is. We got it. All right, cool. Let me pull this up right here. Coast Airbrush website. So on the website, you go to coastairbrush.com. Here's they have House of Color. You click that right there. This is pretty much what I order, all my stuff. See, they have primer as well, but I have not used their primer for model cars yet. I'm curious to, but as of right now, I have not. I know that a lot of the times, this is more meant for like larger items, vehicles, panels, metal pieces, a lot of different things. But let's see, you get down to the bottom and you go to the tech, and then here you go to all this stuff you could download right here. I bought this book for $15 because I wanted to have a hard copy of it. But if not, you can always download it. Let's see. Boom, there's the manual right there. There's so much. This is a really nice big book of information right there. But yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff right here. And let's see, it's all sectioned, obviously. Yeah, let me jump down. Mixing. Let me see if we can get to the. Oh, here we go. Reducers and catalyst. Let me see how close I can get. for you guys. Boom, right there. Here we go. Right here, reducers. The RU300, 301, 310, 311, 312, 313. See, I use RU311 right there. It says from 75 to 85 degrees. If you're in, 65 to 75 degrees, you use the 310. If you're like in the really hot, damn, the 315, that's 95 and up. Crazy. But yeah, that's the reducer stuff you're gonna end up using right there. I'd recommend if you guys want to download these, go on their website, download them. There's a little save button or download button, or you could print this. And if not, just if you want to get the hard copy, you could always order it from them. It's always good to just look at this stuff and read it. It breaks every product that they have, every product on here that you could see that they that offer there. But yeah, so what I was using right now is the jet black that I sprayed. Let's see, where is it at? Jet black solid base coat. Boom, right here, this black one right here. Solid base jet black. This is what I just sprayed right now. So when I bought it, I believe I got like 4 ounces of it. And let's see. Let me pull up the model over here. We're gonna look at it right now. Right here. Let's see the jet black. We're gonna compare it. Oh man, I think I'm gonna have to hide this screen. Let me see. Boop. Here it is. Jet black. So here's the body now of it. In jet black. It's already dry. If I wanted to clear coat over this, I could. If I want to start putting tape on it, touching it, and doing all that, I could already do it. I'm not gonna leave a fingerprint or anything like that. This is more of a matte kind of finish, But since we're doing the live right now, I'm just gonna kind of look at it. I don't want to jump into the other thing because something happened. I know you guys saw when I was doing it, and if not, maybe look back. While I was spraying, I believe the body, I had another little stand over here. Watch, let me. So I was over here and had the stuff right here, right? All the little parts right here, and one of the stands fell. It fell on all this stuff. I'm over here trying to be like careful, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be filming. We're gonna be live, and hopefully I could do like a clean presentation, not be all stressed out. And then that happens, and I'm like, dang, all right, whatever. It had to happen, I guess. So the things that got kind of damage or contact was the side view mirrors. I noticed it like nicked it a little. It had a little bit of white. I was like, what the hell? So I had to go in there and I just sprayed them. So I'll look at them tomorrow in the daylight, see how they look. This part, nothing happened to this right here. I think it was Keith that had mentioned about the little crevices. So you see this grill, there's a lot of little crevices in there. So when I was doing the one with the HPTH, when I was spraying it, it was not going in there. It was getting everywhere, the big areas, but not the little crevices. So I had to go in towards the end with my airbrush and just shoot in there really small. And now it got full coverage. But still, tomorrow I'm going to look at it under the sun. I want to make sure everything's covered. So far, these three, the body's cool. This part's cool too. To me, to the eye. Let's see. Let me see if I have to put my hand. Nothing crazy. Just a solid jet black right there. This is the part I'm a little like, oh man. I think like this one got a little damaged. Let's see. Let me bring it up. See, this thing's already dry. So, oh, you can't tell. Dope. Around the edge right here, there was like a couple areas that made contact and it was white. So I went ahead and sprayed it. There was another part right here. You're going to notice it looks a little like right there. I had to spray it a little more in there. And it's a trip because it's black, but look, the reflection, it looks a little more wet, right? That's just because there's another layer of paint right there. Look at that. We trip out on this paint, right? But right now, that's just the way it looks. Let's say tomorrow, I'm in the, I'm here outside in the sun and everything. Everything's dry, and I notice like, you know what? It is jet black, but I'm just not liking the way it looks. It still looks kind of funky to me. So then I could still wet sand this over this black, but I got to be careful that I don't cut through it and now go backwards and end up in the primer stage. I don't want to do that. So I'm going to go really lightly. If I scuff it, I might scuff it with like a 2000, 4000 grit, really high grit, just to level everything out and then come back. What up, Kevin? And go back and just respray it, and that's it. And we're done. Once that's all done, then we're going to move forward with the main color, which is the Violac that we're going to be spraying over the whole car. But right now, I'm happy with the results of it right here. We have the jet black. Look how it's reflecting off of the lights right now. And it's just the paint. Let's go back. Let me show you guys. So this is the color right here. So here's the, oh wait, let me bring it up from the website. Here we go. So let's see, 4 ounces. If you buy 4 ounces of just the raw material, it's like 22 bucks for 4 ounces. If you want them to reduce it, like a ready to spray, then you select this one, pre-reduce 1-to-1. That means 1 part jet black, 1 part reducer, and that'll cost you 18 bucks, 18.57 right there. So I got this one because I already have reducer and I could reduce it here. And if you don't know how to do it or whatever, you could always like hit the text sheet right here, right? The data sheet. And then let's go back. So reducers, let me show them to you. You keep going down. Here we are. RU. Here's all the reducers right here. Yeah, I usually get them in a quart. This is like, I have like a bottle like this. The one I was using in the video, it's a smaller bottle. It's like a 16 ounce bottle that I do. Let me check something real quick. That one I bought a long time ago, but now I rock with the other one with the quart. That's the one I rock with pretty much right there. And yeah, man, I love this product. Even hey, I didn't plan this out, guys, but bam, I even got the shirt on right now. Bam, right there. Let's see. It says Kevin comment, what was it, mixed too thick or too high of a PSI? No, so what ended up happening is the PSI I leave it the same. I shoot about, I think I have it at 18 right now, or 20 PSI. Like I just keep it like that. I never go above that. I don't even look. I just turn the thing on, turn it off, and that's it. But I had already set it and I don't touch it no more. As for what had happened is everything was spraying out. I had already reduced it, but something fell on the hood while I was spraying during the session, and I ended up damaging the hood. So I had to go back and just kind of respray it right there. So that's why it looked kind of weird right there for now. But yeah, it should be good. Nothing too crazy right there. But hey, thank you guys, man, for hanging out right here. Because I was like, man, I gotta get in here. I gotta do this thing, and see what's up. This is what I want to buy from them, actually. Urethane, pinstriping paint. I was talking to Mercado on the podcast yesterday. We were talking about urethane paint when it comes to pinstriping, and he was saying that for him, he prefers, urethane. There's a lot of other brands. It's not just House of Color that does the enamel urethane, but this process blue is one I want. This is one he was saying, like, yeah, this one out of the bottle, it's a really nice color to pinstripe right there. So a little can, like a 4 ounce can, it's about like 43 bucks. But it'll last so long. Like, I'm not doing that stuff all the time. So they even got the chameleon colors. They got a bunch of stuff. It's pretty dope. Let's see. Kevin says, I always over thin the clear for scale, and then 18 psi should be fine. And he also mentions maybe 10% thinner than I use on the 101 paint jobs. Oh, nice. Yeah. So for the Kevin, when you're working on the models and you're setting up the clear, let's see. You say you always like you over thin it. You know what I tend to use are the Tamiya jars. That's what I use to measure the paint, because when I'm using the show clear, it's a 3:1:1. So I know I start looking at the bottle and I start seeing all those little lines that are on there, and then I go, all right, I'm gonna fill it up to the third line. Those are my 3 parts, and then I'm gonna put catalyst. That'll be my 4th part, and then I'll put the reducer, and then that'll be the next part, and that's it. And then I mix, and that's like enough for the body, and I'm still left with extra. But it's not very over thinned. Like it flows really really well. It's just that first mist coat that I shoot on the body. It isn't too wet. I let it just kind of land on there, chill out for a minute, and then it'll start to I wait like 10 minutes. Then when I come back, I start hitting it more and more and more, layering. But I wait till some of those layers dry right there. Let's see here. Leon left a comment here. He says, I got to get out there and experiment with more colors. I'm stuck with Createx water-based. Hey, you know what? Dude, I was actually looking at the Createx on their website. It's a good paint, bro. You're good. You're good with Createx. I think if anything, explore what's in the line. Since you already have the reducers and all that stuff, you might want to play with this stuff. I know I made a video a while back, but I was trying to get into it, but I didn't end up buying all the stuff. But I did buy some of the sealers right here, and these are dope to lay out like a base on your car. Lay out this sealer, and then from there you can lay out like the candies. There was one, which one was it? He did a video recently, and he talked about a paint that's a combination that Dave is doing with Createx. Man, which one is it though? I'm trying to think. And it has a pigment in there that I was like, wait, what? Like a candy kind of pigment. No, it's not this one. Oh, dude, I gotta find it here. Let me go on Instagram real quick. Gotta find this thing real quick. Watch. But yeah, I mean, the House of Color would be a good line for sure. But yeah, dude, you could do this kind of stuff, like a lot of the custom stuff. You could still do that with the Createx stuff. Let me see. Bear with me, guys, real quick. I'm just gonna try to see if I can find that video where he kind of mentions about that paint. I just want to get the title of it here. Let's see. So this is called Hyper FX. All right, let's look it up. Let's look it up here. Let me pull up the website. HyperFX. HyperFX. Yeah, he did a video on this, and I was like, dude, I'm very curious to buy this and try it out. But if I do end up buying this, I have to start buying some of the Createx stuff too. So watch, just look for a color here. Oh, here are the stencils. Wait, I think I already have this one, the mini series. Oh yeah, I do. The Gerald Mendez. But watch, let's look at like this red one, right? So this is HyperFX, mixed and sold exclusively by Coast Airbrush. And then it says, for best results, apply over matched airborne sealer color or autoborne sealer. And then they give you the numbers right there, bright white. And then they talk about the reducer, the 4011. That's also like Createx stuff. They have the tech sheet right there. So pretty much from what... See, I got to scoot in here to read this. It says, these brilliant semi-transparent hybrid, especially colors, is custom. Reframing from airbrushing. Let's see, because from what he was saying in the video, I believe it has like pearls, it has candy, and I think it might even have metallic in it. Like it has a lot of stuff in it right there. And that right there, I was like, yo, like that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool right there. Let's see. We got, let's see what else you guys. So no polish is a nightmare. If humidity, oh yeah, dude. Oh, Wicked Line. I've never tried that one, Ben. The new Wicked Line. How's that working out? Let's see. Little Shop of Models. Ivan, what's up, bro? You should have used Mr. Service of Black Primer. Yeah, you know, I was thinking about using that, bro, because I've been doing it on all the parts for the car, but you know, I have the jet black, bro, and I was like, man, I really want to use that, you know, along with the other color that I'm gonna hit it next with. But I know what you mean. Let's see, Kevin Smith, what is the humidity level where you're at? Man, let me check. I don't wonder if my phone tells me. It should tell me here, man. Cause yeah, it's normally not too crazy. I never really checked that, like the humidity, but let me see. Let me see what comes up right now. Where I'm at. Yeah, right now I got the fan turned up in the back. Let's see, humidity. Where's it? Oh, here we go. Huh. It says humidity 87%. The dew point is 62% right now. Or 62 something. So I guess right now it's that. But it does feel cold outside right now. It's like 66. Dang, that's the weather that I used to feel back then when I was living out in Ventura County. Now it's all hot over here in the day. Let's see. So Leon says, I sent you a shop card. I just put it in the mail. Thank you. Hell yeah, bro. I'll do a video when I get it. Thank you very much for that. Scott Betchler says, I've had like a clear crack and spider over top of Createx. Yeah, I've had that happen, not with Createx, but with House of Color. I topped it with lacquer clear, and it just like it spidered out really crazy. I was like, oh, this would be like a cool effect maybe, you know, because it was still smooth on top. It was just from the inside, it was all cracked up. But man, I wonder why. It must just not, it might be just not bonding. Like you could layer like above it, but don't let the lacquer be on top of it, on top of, you know, the Createx or like the urethane. Let's see what else. Custom RCs. Lowriders says that is the equivalent of HOK, KBC, and PBC. Oh, you're right. I've used the PBCs, but I've never used the KBC. How's that one, bro? Do you recommend me get some of that, the KBCs? Because I've never got those. I do see them, but I've never like jumped into those. See, Ivan, Mr. Surfacer Black Primer is super black, like jet black. Yeah, I agree. It is very, very black right there. Let's see, Kevin Smith, your base color should flash out like a matte finish. Yep. No, you're right. I just turned it on, so I'm not sure what's up. Let me see. Let me take off the screen right here. Bam. All right. Cool. Yeah, I mean, right now I got lights like shining on it, but it's already dry. Like this thing's already. Yeah, it doesn't even really smell. But yeah, I'm just gonna tomorrow I'm gonna like take a look at it. And see what's up. Let me bring out that one model I was telling you guys about. This is the first one that I airbrushed with House of Color in like 2017 right here. Let me go grab it. I'll be back. yeah. All right. All right. Gonna be moving some stuff around. Gotta put that back. Gotta put this away. All right. All right. All right. So, so this model right here. Thank you, Bugs. This model, I did this one back in 2017. This one was like before I met Armando Flores, before I met a lot of people right here. This one, you're gonna see the top view. I'm gonna zoom in, and then I'll show you the side view as well. Let's see. Let's see what else. Okay, let me go back before I move on to Kevin Smith. He says, I just tuned in, so not sure what's up. And then, does it have to clear on it? If so, just scuff and respray. Let me see. Your base should look fleshed out, like a matte finish. You mean I'm trying to think. I'm a little confused right there on the question. So the man, this thing keep messing with this thing. I gotta fix this camera. Keeps moving on me here. Let me scoot it. I wonder because I keep moving around. Oh, here we go. Hold on. Let me move this background. The green screen. There we go. It's all. Yeah, you see this one. This is why it gets a little hard to do the whole like thing with the. Here, let me zoom in better. I'll probably fix it. All right, so let me go back. Yeah, so asking about the Cuda. Okay. Yeah, so I mean, like right now, the way it is, it's not really like I could paint over it if I want, you know. I could still move on, and then I could clear it, you know. But a lot of the times, what I've done is I lay out the paint, the graphics, and whatever I want to do, and then I just clear it. And then once it's cleared, I'll let that dry. And once it's all dry, then I go back and I scuff it. I smoothen it out because a lot of times I use flake in areas. And then I go back and I re-primer it one last time, like a flow coat. And then that's it. That's kind of all I do right there. Let's see. So, and then custom RC lowriders. KBC gives you the quick coverage. Looks like candy paint job, but nothing beats the depth of true silver base. UK KKK. Yep, the candy concentrate candies right there. Job. And then Ivan, Little Shop of Models. You should be able to shoot the color on it now, Ed. HOK only needs like 15 minutes. Yeah, so I could do it. The only thing, bro, I had some parts like fall on it when I was doing it, so we'll see. And let's see, Scale Model Cars. Ryan, what up, man? Tuning in right now. All right, cool. Let's see. I think I'm caught up. All right, cool. All right, so this is the model right here. Did this one back in 2017. Here, I'm gonna see if I could use this other camera to give you the better angle. Right here. Right there. Let's see. I might have to toy around with this. Ooh. There we go. So this is an AMT, a 63 Impala from AMT. And these are Gavin's wheels, Lowrider Model Car Parts wheels. They're the straight lace, I believe the 14-inch wheels. And the bottom, I mean, it's just, there you go, black. This is the Mr. Hobby, the one that Ivan was recommending right there. Look at that. No engine. Because the engine it came with, I don't know where it went. This is an old kit. It's just a curbside. Running the rods right there. I drilled another hole so I could lower it and everything. But here's the problem with it. You got all these this stuff at the bottom, the exhaust that sticks down even lower. That's the reason why I didn't slam it. I might just lower the back and have the front lifted. I kind of like that look. But right now, I like this kind of look. It's like a stock kind of like going cruising kind of look right there. But yeah, I don't know. So this car, I ended up shooting Orion Silver over the whole car, and then I started doing the tape outs on the top, like the patterns and all that stuff. And man, it took forever to like. I would like paint, take stuff out, repaint, take stuff out. So when I finally cleared this car, like now, if I rub my finger, I could feel all the little ridges because it only has one coat of clear. You could feel it. If I wanted to fix this car, all I would have to do is like sand it, like wet sand it, start covering up parts, and then just start respraying like color graphics on there. What's going on? Why is it not focusing? Just go back in there, redo that, just respray it, and then boom, clear it one last time, and that's it. Then it'll be like a part 2, right? So yeah, I just kind of I just kept it like this. There's a lot of mistakes in the patterns and stuff, things that don't make sense to me. But at the time, I thought like, oh, cool, you know. I didn't know anybody who was doing the stuff. I just was seeing the stuff on the magazines or the internet, and I really didn't know. My friend told me, oh yeah, you need custom paint like House of Color. I don't know how to use it. You know, I don't know what's up with that, but I know a store that sells it, and maybe one day we'll go down there and I'll show you, and you know, and it went from there. So ended up buying the clear and all this stuff. Whatever little bit of information I could find, I started to try to paint this car, and this is the way it came out. Obviously, it did not have these wheels. It didn't even look like this. I feel like the wheels just enhanced it more than anything, you know. But yeah, there's a lot of like funny things on the tape, and even like the lace and all these things I was like trying to do with it that does not make any sense at all. So I just kind of keep the car just to kind of look at it, reference back like kind of my mindset or what was going down then at that time when I did the car. Because then once I started to meet Armando, all the guys from Down to Scale, people from like MCBA and all these different crews out here in California, I started to table scrapers. I started to see, oh shoot, like dang, look what they're doing. And I started to really pay attention. I was like, oh man, like I want to do what they're doing, you know. I really want to learn how to do that kind of stuff right there. But I don't know, man. I just like, I really like the stance of the car, and it rolls. Look at that. But yeah, I need to put it in a little box. I don't. Let's see. I don't know if I could zoom in on the interior because this thing gets all out of focus. Oh, there we go, right there. Yeah, somebody had asked me in the comments like what color paint. I don't know if it was Bugs or someone else, but I think I just used this whatever House of Color paint I had, and I just put it in there. No fuzzy for nothing. It's just that color. So I don't know if it's not solar gold. I know it's obviously a gold. I just can't remember which one right there. But yeah, this was the very first one at that time. And then after that build, I started to really study more on patterns, like what I shouldn't do. Like this obviously looks funky. Like you see a gray line and then it goes over the fender and then it goes all the way around. It doesn't make sense. Like that shouldn't even be there, you know, but it is what it is. And then I was trying to do something here on the bottom too. And, you know, I don't know, man. But let's see. But yeah, the wheels, I didn't glue them on. I just used the rod and I put tape on the ends of the rods. So this way I could just like attach it and detach whenever. So if I want to swap out the wheels, I can do it. You know, I could do a lot of changes in the future. If I want to lower it, let's lower it, you know. I could do, and then I used bare metal foil for the rear and all that stuff right there. But But yeah, man. This is an OG one. Later, I'll do another video on it. You know, I just wanted to share it with you guys right here, kind of what I have right here, because yeah, this was a pretty fun one right here. I really enjoyed building this one back at that time, and then later, you know, just kind of meeting everybody that I was like, yo, like this is cool. You know, it just made things more exciting and more. You know, I want to keep building. I want to keep doing this thing and everything. But yeah, even on just a lot of the patterns. I mean, it's just like one color. It's not really anything, you know. But there's like lines and things that go, and then they should stop, and they don't. They just kind of keep going or whatever. But you know, that's how you learn. You know, you gotta do it up. Later, I'll bust out with like some other stuff that I did in the past too. On here, and then we'll see how it is. But yeah, it's always nice to keep some of your first pieces, you know, until later when you decide like, all right, I'm gonna bust out, you know, with something cool. But later I'm gonna do a video on the color charts that I got. Shout out to my homie Renee. He hooked it up. He was out there at the Coast Airbrush over the weekend, and he got these up for me. So I always like geeking out, looking at these colors, looking at all these things right here, the gem tones. So they all have some really nice effects on them. But yeah, looking at them in the sun though, it's better. And then this is the last one I got right here from him. So I just add this to the collection of things that I have with paint and all right there. So yeah, when you look at these colors, you're like, wait, it looks like a solid color. But once you get in, you know, this under the sun, you start to really see the reflection, everything just like switching up right there. What's up, Sergio? How you doing, man? Thank you for joining us right here. Let's see. Kevin says, never rework a build so you can remember where you came from. Yup. Yeah, I feel like if I would like switch this one up, you know, I'd probably forget some stuff of like, you know, like the struggles or just like the mindset of like kind of what I was trying to go for, you know. But yeah, this card is gonna most likely just stay like this, you know, right there. But hey guys, I'm gonna take off right now. I'm gonna clean up some stuff, and I'll be back hopefully tomorrow. We'll see what's up. We'll see what's going to go down. But I hope you guys have a good one. Thank you for hanging out with me. Let me give you guys shout outs right here. Let me do a roll call before I head out. So Francisco Garcia, Juana Mesqua, Dave McGowan, who is also McGow Jobs, Paint Maverick, what up? Ben, Freddie Soto, Monocar 1589, Custom RC Lowriders, Ben, Bugs, Keith Baker, also Kevin Smith, Little Shop of Models, Scott Betchler, and let's see, who else am I missing? I know. Oh, Scale Model Cars. Yeah. Let's see right there. And I feel like last but not least, Sergio De La Rosa. What's up, man? And, oh, yeah. And then DMG Scale Models. Yeah, man. Thank you for tuning in right here. So, yeah, we've been on for what? An hour and 36 minutes. So if you missed out, the video will be up. Just check the live. And then bam, we'll be able to... you can rewatch it right there. The oopsie that happened, man. Thing fell, but it's all good. But we'll be back later this week, you know, with more videos and stuff or more lives. So hope you guys are good. Take care, and I'll see you guys on the next one. All right. Peace out.